Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, let's catch up with the winners of the McCarthy Golf Tournament at Wyoming Valley Country Club, Eric Williams and John Olszewski. Well, guys, congratulations on the tournament victory. Always sweet to get that. And, let's start with you, John. Tell us about how things went over the weekend.
Well, things went well, obviously, and we had some very tough matches, especially on Saturday and Sunday morning. And we hung in there. The matches went down to the wire a couple times, and we hung in there and were able to pull out the victory on Sunday afternoon. So it was a lot of fun, and it was always good playing with Eric.
Well, the competition is always stiff, John. Tell us about your games. What do you offer in your golf game, and what does Eric do that both you guys able to win it?
Well, I think Eric and I have played together for over 10 years now, and I think we get along very well together. We have I think are similar the way we think and try to play the game. And Eric's obviously one of the best players in northeastern Pennsylvania and also in the whole state. And we're a good team. And we have won a number of times, and we just work well together.
John, was there a particular hole or a particular shot you remember over the weekend that kind of said, "Wow," and my game's on, or this is pretty sweet right now?
We're both very patient. I think in these tournaments where you have to play 2 matches on Saturday and 2 matches on Sunday, you need to be patient. And there's going to be times where things are going your way and you're making a bunch of birdies, and you're going to have some matches where you're not exactly, making a lot of birdies. And that certainly is the case every year that we've won. You got to win 1 or 2 matches that come down to the wire, and you just got to hang in there and having patience and knowing that if you get down to 16, 17, 18, we know we could still make a birdie on those holes coming in and can change the momentum of the match. And that's no one hole did it this year, but I think that we hung in there till the end on a few of the matches.
Let's welcome in Eric Williams here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Eric, talk about your recollections over the weekend and your partner, John Olszewski. You guys have been together quite some time here.
Yeah, it was like John said, it was fun to win. We had some really tough matches in the beginning, and of course we played Brandon Matthews, one of the best players in might be the country, on Sunday morning. Like John said, it's always fun to win a golf tournament under the heat of the competition, and winning it for our 6th time maybe in 10 years. John, is that correct?
Yeah.
It just winning is always good, and it was fun to win McCarthy. It was good. It was one of the better tournaments this year that I remember playing at Wyoming Valley.
Eric, you talk about Brandon Matthews, you got a Mariano Medico, guys like that, these young bucks, so to speak. They keep coming at you. Some of the veterans are pretty darn good as well, but when you get some of these guys who are long off the tee and have a great short game, tell us what it's like to go against some of that competition.
For me, it just ups my concentration level just a little bit higher because, they are long. I do hit the ball rather long too, so I'm not really intimidated by the length. They're a little bit younger, so I don't know if they've been in a lot of situations that, like, say, John and I have, or even I have been individually. But it's good to see the younger competition playing well and succeeding in this area. That golf in this area is good too. The Brandon Matthews and the Marianos and everything like that. They're just their play it's been really, really good and really fun to watch their progress through the last couple of years.
Eric Williams joining us here on the John Mendola Show along with John Olszewski. Eric, for you, talk about the course itself, Wyoming Valley Country Club. Tell us about some of the holes that you really enjoy there.
I love the golf course. I think it's a great golf course. It's a great members golf course. It's one of those golf courses you don't get sick of playing. One of my favorite holes, I think, is 9, and I like the way it framed, like the woods and how it frames, because I'm a right-to-left ball player. The back 9, I feel, is a little bit more scoreable with the back-to-back par 5. it's just always in good shape, and it's always a pleasure to play at Wyoming Valley because, like, as of knowing the good greens and the good conditions, and also the good competition, and also playing with John. Going back there every single year, you're welcomed by the professional staff. It's just been a lot of fun the last couple of years playing there.
And Eric, John mentioned some of the talents that you have out there on the golf course. How about for your partner? Tell us about it. He talked a lot about patience, just trying to be as patient as he could. What does he offer to the course?
Well, just knowledge, being a member there for, God, how long you been a member there, John? 40 years. It's his consistency, his knowledge of where to go. I mean, because at Wyoming Valley, there's a lot of holes where you can't really just go at the pin because the putts will be. I mean, you have to hit to sections of the greens, not to pins. And John knows pretty much every break of those greens, and knowing how consistent he is makes me able to be a little bit more aggressive going into the holes that I probably wouldn't do if I was playing individually. But just going out there, knowing that John's going to be there for par or for birdie, it makes my game and opens up a lot more for my game to get out there and be a little bit more aggressive.
John, getting back to you, talk a little bit about the camaraderie with the members and then the players there. And, of course, you guys get together, have a nice dinner on a Saturday evening. The McCarthy Tournament really, it's up the ante the last couple of years here.
It certainly has, and I think it's great for Wyoming Valley Country Club as well as the Wyoming Valley to get the McCarthy name back on the tournament. The McCarthy family was extremely generous this year and put on a great golf tournament and a great show and a great dinner on Saturday night for everybody. They were just great hosts of the tournament this year, just like they've always been in the past, and it's a great tribute to Mr. McCarthy and the entire McCarthy family. And I think the people at Wyoming Valley Country Club certainly appreciate that. It was a great turnout, and it was a strong field, and I think it's makes it much more enjoyable. Eric and I always want to play against the best people, and there certainly were a lot of good golfers down there this year, and a lot of competition, not only in our flight, but in all the flights. And I think everybody had a great time this year, and we had great weather. And Pete Corbett and the staff down at Wyoming Valley doing an awesome job of just keeping that course in great shape and making everybody so welcome down there. So it's always a great weekend, and it certainly was this year.
Well, John, we appreciate your time. John Olszewski, Eric Williams, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your summer. I'm sure you guys will be hitting some balls as the summer goes on. But congratulations. You gentlemen have a great summer.
Thanks.
Thank you, John.
John Olszewski, Eric Williams, they are the champs of the McCarthy Tournament from Wyoming Valley Country Club. Here on the John Mendola Show, we are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.